Hello all and welcome to a pickups video, and this is all of my pickups from the day of the Birmingham gaming market, which took place on December the 4th 2022. So it is largely a pile of Xbox 360 games, by the way, but there is one Rogue Game Gear game in there as well, and many a tuber's name will be dropped because I met plenty of tubers there. But it's thanks to a good friend of mine and a fellow tuber that I was actually able to go, and that is Big Game Owl, who lives relatively near to me. So he kindly picked us up because although I had the ability to drive, I don't own a car. So he kindly picked us up and took us up there with him when he went to the Birmingham gaming market. And not only did he pick us up, the generosity didn't stop there. He brought us a couple of games as well. And those couple of games that he brought me were Lego the Movie video game and Sims 3, which I'm actually really pleased to have because I've had this twice before, and once it had ring burn and once it had an absolutely battered disc, and one of those occasions it had no manual either. But yes, Al knows how I likes my games, and there we go, complete with manual on the Sims 3, complete with manual on Lego Movie video game. So yes, very happy with those, mate. Thank you very much for gifting us those, and obviously the lift as well. But he didn't just gift us those, he did gift us some blind bags, which have gone into the 3 blind bags box to come out in that series in season 4 next year when we restart that up properly. But he also gave us a poster as well. The poster is here, but what I shall do by the power of editing is actually include a picture of it on screen because I've already tried once. It's a bit too big to fit in my little setup here. So yep, here's the picture of the poster, and it's an absolutely fantastic poster. Al knows I like my horror, so I believe he took this out of a copy of Friday the 13th, the game from a PS4 game, which he's not going to be holding on to, but he took this out for me, and this will definitely be going up on a wall somewhere. I love my horror. I have horror posters on display, and I will have this one on display as well. And like my good friend Ross Borhor says, it is frame worthy. It is that nice. Anyway, so on to the stuff that I got from the actual gaming market. But before we go diving into the pickups from the gaming market itself, I must say one of the plans that we had when we went up there was to surprise my good friend, the Retro Bear, who I've known for nearly 3 years and never actually met in person. So I had to keep my attendance sort of on the low and not tell anybody that I was going. And the Retro Bear's house was the meeting point for not just meeting him, but also meeting Paul the Ignore, and then we're all travelling up together via train. So absolutely fantastic to finally meet the bear. And of course, if you're going to meet the bear, you've got to pick up a fishing game at the market, haven't you? So while we was there, I nabbed this for £4 Rapala tournament fishing. And of course, complete with manual, because I ain't going to pick it up if I ain't got a manual. So it was nice to pick that up at the market. And a fishing game while in the presence of the bear as well. And I must say, by the way, while I met the bear, obviously, and obviously going to his house, and the hospitality, by the way, Mr. Bear, absolutely bang on. Not just from myself, but from Mrs. Bear as well. And this is where we chuck in a quick plug and a promo for Mrs. Bear's Repairs, Retro Repair Bear. There we go. It's all the stuff that she does on there. And there's a website down there, look, retrorepairbear.co.uk. And that's all the stuff there that she does. And yes, like I said, refurbs, mods and more. And I do believe there's an email address there if you wish to get in touch with her. Absolute good quality service. I know she's done a lot of stuff for people in the community, in this little community of ours already. So if you're interested in getting some stuff refurbed and repaired, why not drop Mrs. Bear a little email there and perhaps get one of these many services done, so, and give your old stuff new life, or just mod some stuff and make it right up to date. But anyway, let's go back to the pickups and stuff that I picked up from Tootie, Mr. Tootie, who's not a big fan of 360, but has some 360 bits for me. I picked up a couple of games from him. This is where I made my only mistakes of the night. I actually picked up 2 games from him to start with. One was Harry Potter for Connect, one I've been after for a while, and one that I agree with Mr. Big Game Out, that this one really has dropped over the last couple of years in price, but complete with manual. I saw it on his actual table and I was like, I'll have that one as well. It was also next to a copy of a MotoGP game. Thought I didn't have it. Didn't check my list despite the fact it was on my phone. Already had it, and that's already been moved off and gifted to another YouTuber that I saw on the day. You might see that in a pickups video. You never know. But anyway, it was the only thing I bought from Stu. Stu did us a deal on those 2 games. You know, fantastic deal. Can't grumble at the price. But I went back later and looked at his pile of stuff on the floor. Was it pile? No, it was more of a crate of stuff on the floor with more 360 games in it. And we nabbed some more stuff that I was missing. So we've got the other Fallout 3 game add-on pack. This is Broken Steel and Point Lookout. I can't remember what the other one was called. Something with Anchorage in it, I think. who knows? But anyway, yep, knew it was in there with its little manual in it. So that's both Fallout add-on packs that I've got. He also had on the floor Chrome Hounds. Yep, another one I haven't got, and obviously pleased to have with manual, of course. Yep, nice one there. And then again, for some reason, when I got to Stew Storm, the ability to check my list on my phone just completely left me. I do actually have Kung Fu Panda 2, but I do believe mine's missing the manual, so we can put this in there, hopefully get that sticker off. That doesn't look like it should be too difficult. No, it's all right. It's the one that was on the side there. But yeah, we'll get that sticker off and we'll get that manual into mine, or we'll just flat out swap them over if this one's better than the one that I've got on the shelf. So yeah, kind of a little bit of a mess up there, but saved by the fact that I needed a manual. But we've got these two here. Even if you can only get one achievement out of that game now, it's all to do with the online service disappearing. You can only get the achievement for finishing the tutorial. But we'll nab it, because if it's an achievement and I can get it, I will get it. Right, off of another stall, I spied a couple of games that I needed. Earth Defense Force 2017, and they also had a copy of Ninja Gaiden 3. That one, as you see, that one says £6 on it, and I believe if you look at the side of this one, it says £5 on it. So, being as that come to 11, I thought 10's a nice round number to ask if they'll do them for a tenner. I asked, they said yes. Happy days. 2 games for a tenner that I've got. Although they're in the baggies, I did spy through the sides that both of these do have their manual. It's a good thing about a bit of transparency on your cases, isn't it? That you can actually spy through the sides and see the manuals in there. So really pleased to have nabbed those two. And that just leaves the one tricky Ninja Gaiden game to get, Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. That's the only one I'm missing now of the Ninja Gaiden games for the 360. But always pleased to tick a couple of more off the list. Right, next up we picked up from Console Passion, we picked up Naval Assault, The Killing Tide. Ironically, I say this because they go to a lot of events, they go to every London gaming market that I've been to, and I'm pretty sure I've actually picked this game up a couple of times and popped it back down again. And the reason being is I've seen the price on the back of it was £10, and the last couple of times I saw it at the London Game Market, that's kind of been like on the money, or just a little bit over, only like a couple of quid or something. Now it goes for £12 in CX, I see it for 10, and I was like, oh, I might as well get it now. So yeah, might as well picked it up all those years ago, but never mind. As I say, look, bit of transparency, you can see the manual through it. Generally, when I buy off them, I've never got any qualms about the discs. They've always been really minty at that. I think they might reservice things before they sell it. But this ain't a common game, the one you don't see about a lot, to be honest with you. In fact, I've never seen it in one of my local CEXs. Only on Xbox 360 as well, so definitely a nice one to pick up, although get the feeling it's not my type of game, but you know, going for a full set, you're going to need it, and I'll give it a try anyway, because you never know what you may end up enjoying. Okay, back to mentioning YouTubers again. The one Game Gear game we're going to talk about now, and after a nice long chat with Wishwash, Lewis of Wishwash, I spied a little row of Game Gear games sort of at the back of his counter, because I was behind his counter talking to him, and I saw this there, and I just went, I haven't got that one. He goes, oh yeah, you love your game, you like your wrestling, didn't you? And he goes, so why not? And anyway, basically, he sorted us out with this one, so we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Lewis. That was very kind of you for what you did for us. And surprised I added a Game Gear on the day. I must admit, I was looking at them, but as I said, my focus really is on my first love, my primary love, the 360, and getting that set done. So I do love the Game Gear. It's the first handheld, well, it wasn't just the first handheld I owned, it's the first console I ever owned, and it's close to my heart, so it's always great to add another Game Gear cart to the collection. And yeah, that's probably where I'll go after I've done a 360 set, and that's probably the only other sort of system I'll ever really want to delve into getting as many games as I can for. But anyway, really, really pleased to have that. Okay, next up, from another tuber who hasn't done a video in a long while, which is a real shame because he really loved his stuff, and he does a lot of Game Gear stuff, or did a lot of Game Gear stuff as well, and was going for the full Game Gear set. Do you know, it was Al that pointed it out to me, and I must have, I'd been to the stall, and I never kind of picked up that it was him, but yeah, Jimmy Retro was there in the stall. It was absolutely fantastic to meet Jimmy Retro, and for me to put a face to the name, you know, it's nice that I introduced myself as Gurnaldinho Plays, and he was like, oh wow, you know, and actually knew who I was, you know. So yeah, really pleased to meet Jimmy, and I must admit, I went to his stall once, saw the name on the spine, because I find it really hard to keep on top of these. Actually got my list out, and I've got all of this, but without the words on the end here. I think without the full burst on the end. I've got Ninja Ninja. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, but this is full burst. It's actually a different game. I thought it might be just a game with more on it, but if there's a game with more on it, might as well pick it up. It's only £4. It's an absolute steal of a price, and do you know, he didn't really need to sell it to me, but when he said the cards are still inside and they're sealed, I was like, well, Christ almighty, mate, that's a steal of a price as it is. You don't need to sell it to me with things like that. That's an absolute no-brainer. So, yep, I'll have to try and focus on the Narutos and get them done, because I say they always do mess with my head, and if I've ever, for some reason, not got my list on me, which shouldn't happen because it's on my phone. If I ever lose it on my phone, I need to know that I've got all of these, because these are hard to keep on top of. But yeah, really pleased to have that. An absolutely fantastic deal that he's done us there. Thank you for that. Right, a couple of other games. This was the last game I picked up of the day. It's not the last game in the video, but the very last game I picked up of the day, right towards the very end. A store that I've been to previously. I think it was to do with Nico Vintage Gamer. It's one I bought the fishing game from. They were on top of the counter, but these were on the bottom underneath the counter, completely on the other side. And I saw this, and it was only £1. I thought, well, I've got to have that. But I was a little bit put off by a promotional copy, not for resale. But the funny thing is, because I'm a member of an Xbox 360 collectors group on Facebook, I know there are people out there who, you know, good luck to them and well done if you've ever done it, who go for a full set of 360 but the promotional copies. And sometimes, like a £1 game, non-promotional, can be, I don't know, like a tenner as a promotional game or something like that. And to be honest with you, I've got to be honest, this is a strategy game. I'm not much of a strategy game fan, so it's not even my genre. So to be honest with you, it'll do me. And like my good friend Al said, if I do pick it up again and it hasn't got a manual in it, this has got a really nice condition manual in it, proper disc in it as well. But do you know what? Do you know, it doesn't bother me. Do you know what? It doesn't bother me. I love the fact it's got a little story behind it as well. And little stories behind games in your collection are absolutely fantastic. So yeah, for only £1, do you know what? That's fine. That's probably just going to stay like that. I'm not going to bother trying to upgrade it, you know. So fantastic little pickup there. Tropico 4. And then finally, buying a game I've already got, but I knew I was buying a game I'd already got, if that makes sense. But I kind of haven't got it. I'll explain. Right, so I was looking for the 360 games it still had. I had them all, including Super Street Fighter 4. I don't have like Ultra. I don't have just Street Fighter 4. I actually have Super Street Fighter 4 on my Power collection. And I saw it there sitting there like that with the price on it, £3 now. And I thought, well, that's a good price for that game. And I saw the spine. I was like, that spine looks nothing like the Power version. That looks nothing like the Power version. So intrigue got the better of me. I had to pull it out. I instantly saw the cover artwork and thought, well, that's different as well. If anything, it's actually a little bit nicer. And I thought, well, that's where NTSC would be, where they put the price there. But, you know, obviously, there it is. All the signs are there. You know, there's Japanese all over it and things like that. English and Japanese text. And to open it up, it has a reversible cover art. And the reversible cover art is beautiful as well. It's very similar to the PAL version with a couple of characters in one. I think a couple of characters different, or some of them are a bit bigger and things like that. But really, really nice cover art like that. And do you know what? It hasn't even got a stackable achievement list. Sometimes the same game in different regions is going to have a stackable achievement list. Like you can play the game twice as long as you've got the consoles to do so. This doesn't, but I just love the artwork. And what I'm going to do with it is literally going to have it on display, sort of propped up like that, because I love the artwork so much. And the last thing I'll do is I will get the artwork. As you can see, look, you've got the Japanese on the spine there. So the last thing I'll do before I say my goodbyes in this video is I'll pull the artwork out for you to have a look. But we'll pop it back in a minute because that'll be a bit of a struggle. But yeah, just really, really nice artwork. Really nice artwork. I love that to bits. And so this is just a collector's piece for the collection that I really, really like. There we go. That's fantastic. As I say, I will put that back in a minute. So I've already mentioned a lot of tubers that I met and saw on the day, and there were plenty more. Obviously, Danester was there as well, stalling alongside Tootie. Eddie was there, who had Dylan helping him. He was stalling as well. John Retro Kit, again, I was surprised in the queue outside. Great talking to him. James Retro Import Gamer was there as well. Just a lot of people to meet. And I tell you what, this is what it's all about, this hobby at times. Getting to know people that sort of live all around the country, and then having the opportunity to meet them. Just having generally a great day out. And as I say, big thanks to Big Al again for giving us the lift and taking us there. Obviously made the day possible. And it's finally got to meet the bear, which was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's a quick roundup of my pickups from the day of the Birmingham gaming market. just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching, and as always, please do take care.